Hi everyone, my name is Bob Napack. I don't consider myself an experienced potter. I love it, but I've only been doing it for 3 or 4 years now. But I was a graphic designer by trade, so they kind of fit together. They really do, and you'll see how a lot of this stuff I designed some of the templates on the computer and then use them here. Some not. There's a lot you can just do, but. As far as hand building goes, there are 3 main components. There's pinch pots, there's coil, and then there's slab. Those are the 3 components of hand building, basically. And you can do a lot with them. You can see all these things here were all slab built. Okay. And there's other stuff that you can do slab built and then add wheel thrown on top of it, and add all kinds. So you don't just do one usually. Usually you're crossing all the media back and forth a lot of times. Although there's people that just sit at that wheel all day long and they'll just crank out pots and pots, and that's fine too. I like doing that also. Let me tell you a little bit about some of these pieces and about templates. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to use a template, but these are kind of what templates are. They're just a means of cutting out a slab into a form that you can use, okay? This template right here created both of these. That's all I used, okay? Times 4. And then I just put a bottom on. This one, I added a little plate to it that I had put a texture into it and glue them on each side. This one, actually, I used this tool right here and just went along and created a window. Now, I was able to do that because I put this down and was able to go right along. So the plastic blocked it from going too far. And I did it before I cut the slab out, this piece out, because otherwise if I didn't, it could stretch it, get it out around. So you want to do that first. This, right here, this series, I'm not going to say too much about this, but this series of pages, now this I did do on the computer first, but all these pages right here, you'll recognize it when you see this sheet right here. If I can open it up. That is this. So these are all the component pieces that made up that box. This was actually a project for Scott for advanced hand building, I guess it was, or whatever. Okay. Yeah, you can pass those around if you want to see them.
Can you send PDFs to us? Can you give her a PDF?
No.
No. You don't want to?
I don't want that reproduced.
Sorry.
I just don't want to.
But Bob, you designed all this, right?
Yeah.
You designed it.
Yeah, that's my design.
Right, yeah.
I just don't want to see that.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
not
can get
from,
designs.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not from.
This,
You know you're going to have similars now.
Excuse me.
But don't worry, we won't be able to reproduce. Even you give us a tip.
this is the template for this baby right here. Okay? And this actually I did also on a printer and then put 3 pieces together. But you can do it, this is online, and I can actually, if somebody wants a PDF of this, I don't mind, I can send you that. But this is gonna fit right here. The real booger about this thing is that you have to be really careful when you make your cuts for this. And I'll show you you make angle cuts to put together 2 pieces. Okay?
Miter? You mean like a miter? Edge? Angle cut?
Angle
Yeah.
cuts,
Okay.
45-degree cuts. On this one, one's got to be up, one's got to be down, one's got to be up, down, and I screwed it up. I can't tell you how many times. So finally, I put a little up, down,
Oh, yeah.
up, down. I'll still screw it up. but we'll do that one, so we'll see, we'll do that one.
Okay, I want that.
And this template right here
Yeah.
is the coffee cup.
Oh.
Now,
Oh, that.
Yeah.
that's all that is there, of course.
I
Now,
love your glaze one.
thanks. The coffee cup, this one, I actually screwed up because I didn't screw up, it was fine until high fire. And then it kinda got out of round a little bit, but I kinda like it, I mean, I don't care. So I did another one not too long ago, and then this one's just still greenware, so please be careful, don't touch that one if you would. I have beveled out, this one didn't get beveled out, this one I know I'm beveling out the lip, and I'm using a balloon to hold it around.
That's really clever.
So we'll see, hopefully that'll keep its shape. I'll let you know, you'll see. Yep, just like that. Yep. And we have a slab. You can pass those around as long as I get them back here. This is the material that I use for ones that I'm gonna use over and over again. For ones that I'm gonna use over and over again, I bought this plastic, I think at Michael's. It's real cheap. And it's, I don't know what the, you know, you can feel it. You can pass that around too. A lot of them though are paper. This is just heavy duty paper, it's paper. And it lasts too.
I've used those foam sheets for a lot of my patterns that I want to use over and over again.
Today we were talking and somebody said, I think there's some patterns in our tool chest over there. And somebody came out with this. This is from Scott Young. I don't know if most of you might not, if you've taken a class with him, you know who he is. But these are all different patterns that we have sitting right in here. These are all different types of boxes.
Nice.
So
They're in our
these are
cabinet?
available for everybody to use. Yeah, they'll be right in there. And they're heavy duty, so you can use these over and over again. But it's basically a basic pattern from a single slab, fold it up, bevel the edges, angle cut the edges, and put them together. Just like we're gonna be doing on some of this stuff.
So easy.
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it.
No need, no need graphic design background.
You don't need graphic design background
I don't
at
think so.
all, at all. Okay, so this morning I did let me get this out of the way so people can see.
Here.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
This was Raku, by the way.
Mhm.
All the rest were high fire. This
Yeah.
one was
I
Raku.
love
Very
it.
nice. But what's the inside the box? Is
No,
it
raku glaze.
Oh, inside. Thing is, why wouldn't it be? Inside. I heard of it sounds like wood. No. Inside. Would burn up.
Okay, actually, you know what, let me have the one back that's a little vase so they can see what's going on with this. This is the one we'll do now. Is that gonna block anybody? Okay, so I've got my slab here and I've got my template. Basically, when you do a slab, these are all done on the slab roller. You don't have to do them on the slab roller, but it's a hell of a lot easier, believe me, than sitting there rolling these things out. So once you get it, you want to compress it, both sides. Just take your rib, any rib, this is my favorite, I love this little rib, and just compress it, flip it over, and compress it again. So.
And what does that do?
It compresses the clay,
The
keeps it from,
molecules.
the molecules, keeps it from cracking and splitting.
But it doesn't seem like you're pressing that hard. You're just
I'm putting some pressure on it.
some pressure.
Yeah, I'm putting some pressure on it. Okay, and I'm gonna match my template. Luckily, it's big enough. Okay, then I'm gonna take my knife, or actually, let's get rid of some of this extra here. Okay, now, this one's marked up, so I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna cut a 45 like that. So that one's up. This one's under or down. So I'm actually gonna go in and do the 45, just like that. Oops, I cut away part of that. Okay, this one's up. This one's up. This one's under or down.
So
Now,
once
you
you're down, you
figured
do
that out
45, right?
Beg your pardon?
Looks like you're doing a 45.
45.
You figured that out yourself, that it has to be that, the template didn't, in the
The template didn't say it, but
template didn't say.
after screwing it up a number of times, there is a YouTube video for this. There's a YouTube video for everything. And that's where I first saw this, was on a YouTube video. And I watched it about 3 times until I finally got it. Okay, and this one's under. Okay, this one's under. I'm trying to do 45. Now this tool right here will also do that. You can take this and go right along. I'll show you, this one's up, so I could come right in here. We sell these, by the way, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
There's so much, you have to really get rid of the excess in order to use it properly. And I'd have to flip it over in order to do the under. So I'm just gonna do it this way like I was doing it, but. Okay, this one's up. It does get intricate, but it works. This one's up. And this one's under. This one. I'm gonna have to mess that, fudge with that one a little bit. Okay. Okay, now we can put that off to the side. And the way basically this works, now I'm gonna use slip, just put them together. And we're also going to, what I forgot to bring out, oh no I didn't. We're gonna score every bevel. So they go together, the slip will help them lock, and that stays in there and creates a really strong joint. Okay, so. You wanna do it a couple of different ways so it's really scored well. Still wet enough that I can kind of play with it a little bit, so I'm just gonna add that guy on there. And we'll slip them really good so they go together well. Okay. And these guys here are under. You can see that because I did this morning, they're approaching leather hard, it's called. So I can lift it up. It kind of stays a little bit. If you were doing this with wet clay, it would just fold in on itself, so. Oh, time up. Okay, did I get everywhere? No? Okay,
This one too.
this one too, thank
Yeah.
you.
Lot of angles.
Yeah, a lot of angles, there are a lot of angles with this one. Okay, so basically, this is gonna go up like that. Now see how, that's leather hard, okay? If it was regular wet clay, there's no way you could do that.
Or if it was too dry, you couldn't do that
Or if
either.
it's too
You
dry, it
gotta-
would crack.
The other way.
It would crack, yeah, it would definitely crack.
But if it is too dry, you could always mist it a
Okay.
bit, try to.
Now, we're gonna just take a brush,
And then you
and
do another project. You gotta work in.
we're just gonna put some slip right in here. I'm never afraid of putting too much of this, cause you can always smooth it over, and you really want them to lock down. Okay. Must be my hair.
Karen's hair.
And again, you put the pattern on that before you did this, right? Yeah. Before you start folding, you put that pattern on it.
You score it before you fold
I
it.
mean, on your piece
no, the
here.
pattern.
Oh, yeah, if I was gonna do a pattern, I would've flipped it over and put a whole pattern
Put
on the
the
other
pattern
side.
on,
Yeah.
okay.
You can still do it after the fact. You can put it all together and do this. I'm not sure if I did this one after or before.
It looks like that.
I think I did it after. I think I did it after it was all together. I think I just took a, back scratcher. I don't think it was this, it was a 3-prong one. It just made it. This is the boring part, watching somebody doing this. Okay. Take this here.
Bob, you say you designed this pattern or it's?
No,
Oh.
no, this one was
It's a
on.
YouTube
This
pattern.
was
Oh,
a
YouTube,
pattern,
okay.
yeah. No, I didn't design this one.
But so many times the YouTube patterns come out like just a whole page and it doesn't have.
Yeah, you've
the-
gotta kind of figure it out.
You gotta make your own pattern out of it once you see it on a
Right.
page.
Pinterest has a lot of good ones too.
Yes, they do.
Pinterest does have a lot. Yep. Okay, now we're gonna take this one. There is a certain amount of wrestling with this one. But we're gonna say that one goes there. We're just gonna pinch it together. Okay, and here.
You need a third hand.
Yeah, sometimes you do need a third hand for these things.
Wanna put my drink in there?
Oh, you know what I can get? Oh, I can use this, it's okay. What we'll do, since I've got 1/2 of it right now, I'm gonna cut just a little strip off here. And I'm gonna roll a little coil. And we're gonna put it right down in that seam, just to shore it up. It gets a little harder once this thing is over and you're reaching down and trying. This is really easy right here, right now, so. I don't know, those of you who can't see what I'm doing, I just put a little coil in there and I'm gonna take it, just kinda use this tool, go on either side. I apologize for not being able to see, but if I start moving this thing around right now,
Oh, come on. Put yours around your hands.
use your thumb, finger in there, make sure this is good here. A little pressure just to get that really going in there. And we'll do the same side on this one here. it's nice I have all this extra clay to use. Oh, why don't we
You
just
always do
use
that with all your joints?
Yeah, I do that on all my joints pretty much.
That's really good, yeah.
What happens if your clay got a little too dry and you can see the little cracks? Can you just put
You can-
water on it and
you
put
can,
it back?
yeah.
So on time.
It is on time.
It's a
But you
lot about
really don't
timing.
wanna get to that stage.
No, I know.
Life is
I've
about
done
timing.
something like that. It didn't work.
Okay, so that side's pretty good.
This is like you flatten this out today,
I did.
okay.
Okay, and this one will come to here. This will go right to here.
And then you
You hold pressure on the inside, then you can pinch them kind of together. And we're gonna do the same side on this one. Am I holding?
There she is.
We'll do the same thing on this one. And finally, is right here. See, this could have been a little stiffer.
How long ago did you
This morning.
do the slab? This morning, okay.
This morning, I covered them though, because I didn't want them to get too dry. Now, once it sets up a little bit more, you can go in and actually push this out as much as you'd like.
No.
Would you put two small coils on the other side?
He did,
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back in.
I was gonna ask you, wanna drop that in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So that looks a lot bigger than this one. Does it shrink
Shrinkage,
that much?
just shrinkage.
Oh.
It's quite a bit.
It's the same pattern.
3 inches or 2 inches.
It's the same pattern. You can look at the coffee cups, I'll show you when I bring them out. You see the one that's done and the one that I just did, it hasn't quite dried. And you'll see the difference of the shrinkage. So now let's,
What's the clay body?
I think this is WSO.
Okay.
This is where it gets really tricky getting these in here.
Yeah. That's true.
That I do have.
Yeah, we made the opening big enough that anybody can.
Yeah. And this is a wonderful tool for this kind of thing. You're able to get in there, but you can use the end of a brush, you can use all kind of things to get down in there. I just happen to like this.
Actually make that into a teapot.
You could make it into a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, I could have done that project,
You can put feet on it, you can leave feet off. I did one that had feet on, I did one, this one obviously doesn't, it has just its own feet on it. This one, we never figured out why where it got the red from. Because there's no red in this, but it was something that happened, somebody had a piece with some red in it in the kiln, and it bled over.
Really?
Sometimes brown turns red too, doesn't it?
Not that red that I've ever
but it
seen.
looks pretty, Bob.
Yeah, I thought you,
Yeah.
and that's what.
Well,
why I was
luckily it's not
questioning.
that red all the way.
Oh, that's a lucky vase.
What program do you use on your computer to make your templates?
I use a program called InDesign,
Wow.
which is an Adobe product. But
That makes expensive, right?
yeah.
Anything simple?
No?
That
Yeah.
But you can really download a Pinterest picture and just
And
modify it yourself, right?
Or you could go to the print copy shop and they can modify it.
Yeah.
If you can't.
Jen, I'll wait for you.
I have a printer, so I can do that.
Yay.
Yeah, that's all you need is a printer, basically. Make a copy of something. You can make it at whatever percentage you need it to be.
Scott used to use templates.
Good J9, you got a burst.
Have a burst?
No, it's good.
And then, of course, take your rib, kind of smooth it down.
Mine never comes out together like that. I'm going to do a lot of
Looking, yeah.
adjusting.
I over.
It's a little bit of wrestling. It really is a little bit of wrestling with this one.
I keep going, one more time, and then I write start.
And it's cutting out your pattern piece.
And it's so smooth.
The rib.
I know, but my rib doesn't.
And then I would take you just want to soften this up here because you don't want any sharp edges around. Needs probably a little more water on there, but
You need a cup of water?
I think I'm okay. These sponges got to have something in them.
Do you Roku that?
Do I?
Could you? Roku?
Oh, you could.
Yes.
I made one for my mom actually, and raku it. The problem with raku is if you're going to use it as a vase, it won't hold water. It eventually seeps through.
Really?
Yeah.
Raku does not hold water. It's not vitrified. High fire is vitrified, meaning it'll hold water. Raku does not hold water.
What if you pour resin inside?
You can pour resin
You
inside.
glaze it?
There's a couple of resins that I tried. They're on something like this, it wouldn't be bad. On like a pot, thank you. On a pot, it's only glossy. They don't have a matte. I really want to see a matte one. There's also a product called something granite, liquid granite, out of Australia, that's supposed to infuse with the molecules of the clay, and you don't even see it. It stays flat, but it becomes food safe and water safe, and it's about $75 a quart, I think. It's really expensive.
You can
So,
also just
for a
take-
vase, it's not worth it.
You can just take a baggie
Yeah.
and put a little bit of that floral foam inside of it and then put flowers in.
We went online to Amazon and bought really, really nice silk roses and other and made a, you know, she's not gonna water any, she's 96 years old.
She might though.
So,
She can look at.
You hope she doesn't.
and she loves it, and it came out, and it looks great, and it'll look great forever, so.
Aw.
I've used Thompson's water seal. I'm not happy with that.
Thompson's, there's a lot of things, but if you really talk to most people, they'll say, unless you're gonna spend a lot of money, it's not worth it, and you can't really
Well,
do
and
it.
something like that, you could probably just put a bud vase inside
Yeah,
of it.
Yes.
That's what I haven't tried mine.
That's what I
That's a
do.
good idea.
You can't even see the little crystal thing.
So basically, that's it.
Wow.
That's fast.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
Piece
Yeah.
of cake.
And that was really quick.
That's fast.
About how many have you done like this?
I mean, and then you can start, once it's, you can even do it, I mean, right now, you could start adding patterns into it, whatever you wanted. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could. I'd have to put my.
It really changes it.
I'd probably go over it a little more, but.
yeah.
So you can do anything you want to it, you know. So that's basically that one, and you can see
The
that is
difference in
shrinkage.
size.
Yeah.
Wow.
12%, it'll shrink 12%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all yours or do we have one in
Is what one mine?
the wall?
Oh, that one's mine.
That's,
I think there is
Yeah, I
one.
bought it
But
at
there
Art
is
Park.
one.
There's some in there, there's a lot of stuff down in
yeah,
there.
different stuff.
Okay,
About how many have you made before you know, got acceptable ones?
how
many
it's
tries?
not that, this is a simple, really simple thing.
Okay.
It really is, it's not that bad at all. Just let it sit up, don't try to do it on wet clay, because you'll be fighting it every step of the way. So just let it harden up, just don't get to the point where it's gonna crack when you do it, but, it's, I don't think I have a bad one, I've made a bad one, so.
Okay.
And they're all a
Even
little,
when
I
you
mean,
do
this
the
one's
up,
got a
down,
little
up, down
dimple more than this one, although it might
Yeah.
shrink down, and, you know, they each have their own little character.
Thank you.
Feel. I just wanted to feel the
Here,
moisture.
pass it around.
可以做成小包。
That's the moisture.
No, no, it's not my design.
You just Google, you know,
Yeah,
ceramic
templates.
templates?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you paint anywhere, or do you have to have?
Pinterest really has.
I'd like that without the handle for my garlic hole keeper.
Okay. So basically, we're gonna bit this baby. I think I left enough room.
That's your template?
Did I design it?
Yeah.
No, I saw it online and I recreated it.
Yeah.
You can find it online easily.
So it's a YouTube template.
Yes. Pinterest's got it, or YouTube's got them, I think. Okay. So now, and this one we're gonna do the cup, and then the bottom and the handle,
All in that one piece.
all in this one piece. Yep, all in this one piece. So we're just gonna.
You don't have to go up and down with that one.
No, it's all gonna be one way, and I'll use our little 45-degree angle cutter for this.
say your thickness was when you did it on the,
I didn't say. No, it's about a quarter of an inch.
about a quarter of an inch?
It's what you like, basically, what you think. Okay, and then we're gonna take this. We're just gonna hand
Oh, okay. Okay.
Might not be long enough either. Let's make sure we got enough for. Okay, we got a number of these. Choose from. And I'm just gonna put it into a curl.
It's a nice tool that I don't have to.
How do you know how long?
Sure. So we have enough for the bottom for sure, because the bottom is only really that big. So we definitely have enough for that.
Bob, how do you know how long to cut the handle?
I don't, I just make it longer than I think I need and then cut it back. These are actually, I hope they're not too short.
I think that one looks good.
This one probably will work fine. Okay, so now these are all gonna be 45-degree angles, all of these. And obviously it doesn't have to be exact. This side is towards the bottom here, and then we're gonna flip it over and put the opposite on here. Okay, because these are gonna come together just like that.
Is that a tool yours or is that in the?
Yeah, that's mine, but we sell them here.
Oh,
You can buy these anywhere.
everything. It's been a lot of money here.
You can also just do it with either the needle tool or the knife like I did it before. I've seen people do it with their fingers. They just bevel it with their fingers, so. Okay. So now let's score. And slip. Okay. And we're gonna bring it right together. Let's try to do it backwards here so you can see. Just gonna bring them. On the inside, I'm just gonna bring it over with my fingers. inside too. Okay, so you can see where this is going. Now, these, oh, I went the wrong way.
I was gonna say, that's gonna come out small.
Yeah, I went the wrong way. Oh well.
Well, that's cool.
Bevel,
anyway.
bevel.
It'll be slightly different.
Carry on.
Actually, it doesn't look. Oh, the bevel.
The bevel's not right.
Yeah, bevel.
I was gonna say that.
I did the bevel on, I actually turned it, I should have turned it the other way.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a little
When he
coil
put it
there on
together,
top.
he went it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna overlap them like
Yeah,
this.
Sweet.
Let me score them.
Oh.
yeah, opposite way.
They'll just be a little bit smaller down at the bottom, that's all. You can't rush this stuff. You find that if you start to rush it, you start making mistakes.
Anything, anything.
I mentioned mistake.
This one. That. Hopefully you'll get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a little narrower
At the
than
bottom.
that one is at the bottom,
Yeah.
but the coffee won't care. Coils down in there. Again, real quick. There we go.
I could do this when people are watching.
At least it wasn't my phone. Okay.
So when you use a coil on a seam like that, you don't need to use slip, you can just use
Can
water.
it's wet, I can feel that it's wet enough, and I'm wetting my finger and
So
putting
that's
it
the
down
whole
in there. Yeah. If you think it's a little dry in there, then use slip. If it spreads, especially if you're using, if your clay is soft, it should go right in there, no problem too. Okay. Now, put a bottom on it. Normally I would spend a lot more time, making this really smooth. one of the things that we'll do, and I'll show you, we're gonna bevel this out, but let's put the bottom on first. Just make a little mark. There it is. Your needle tool. Okay. And don't cut it out yet. Keep it right on there. And just score that area where it's gonna sit. Score the bottom one here. And what I'm gonna do, even this out a little bit. Just so it sits flat on that bottom. Okay. Score this. And we'll score this. Not slip this, slip that. Set that baby right down in there. Just move it around a little bit so it gets not too much pressure. You don't want to push it down, but you want it to lock in there. We can go in on the bottom here, and I'm just going to push it down with this end. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm kind of just locking that side down onto the bottom. What I would use also, now to smooth that inside, because you're gonna put liquid in there, and you're gonna be looking down in there, and you want it to be a little smoother than that. So this is a really nice tool, one of these. You just go in and smooth it down right around with this, and you just kind of smooths it all out. They have plastic ones, there's a plastic one here too, but I like these metal ones. So now you're inside of your coffee cup or teacup or whiskey cup is nice and smooth. Okay, now one thing we want to do is work on, oh, now we can cut this out. Let's just- definitely time up.
No, no, no. This is where you can't have any fingernails.
Fingernails are not your friend.
Granddaughter likes to do my nails. I can't do that, that's why I put the guitar. I could. Super short.
Now I'm going really fast on this.
Yeah, that's good. It has a foot on it like that. I like it.
But you probably would want to take more of your time to get everything ready.
How do you make sure that it's flat, so when you set your coffee cup down, it's not
It's wet enough, you can do that.
tipping or something? That's the way mine would be, it's like,
So now,
but you're in a haunted house or something.
That would be good with just the lid on it.
Have you ever made a cup and then you finish and then you pour something in it and it leaks? Or is that? No.
With a high fire,
Yeah.
it most likely won't leak.
Why would it leak?
Seal.
Seal a hole or?
Yeah.
let me just get over there real quick because we have
Right through.
I guess the seams has to be made sure that's well. Yes.
You want to make sure the sink is really sealed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, otherwise it is possible.
That
to
helps.
leak.
this will help you make it round. Okay? And I use this at many stages of the drying in order to get it like that. And you can use it for vases, for anything.
Balloons.
Yeah. So now I'm just gonna layer this out just a little bit. And round it off so that your lips fit this nicely. Every time I see a different angle, I see something inside. So that's what I'm saying. You can take time doing this.
Yeah.
At this point, you could put it in a bag and if you're tired of waiting, you could just come back later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couple of plastic and come back to it. And then in our cabinet there, we have the balloons. There's a whole thing of balloons. And so you can just put it in there, blow it up, seal it off, put this to dry. Let's see if we can get a handle on this thing. Which one pick the best side? Because this one got kind of thrown off. You like that side?
Higher side.
Good, yeah.
It has to be attached, of course, but I just stuck it on there. So you can see it's stuck pretty good, but we just score and slip it.
So these
these decorations you did on this one, you did before
haven't-
you put the handle,
No,
right?
no,
After?
after.
Okay.
I just did them this morning. Screwing around.
Wow, okay. That looks really nice, the way
Flip.
they're finished up.
Let's just mark where, make sure we get this centered. And we'll just mark it with our needle. And again, we score and slip. And score. And slip. Take this one. Where's one? Score. And slip. Score. And slip. And I would probably take a real thin.
Dented the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back with this. It'll be fine. Little coil, go all around that, just to lock it in there, and then smooth it out.
Oh, he rolled it onto a piece of clay. So, there you go. Is Vivian gonna work here? Vivian, is he working here? I don't think so. She just comes into Boston.
There's production bloggers that can whip these things out.
I saw a guy.
The guys on the wheel, like Tim or somebody can just, but this one's.
And they're all exactly the same, that's what's amazing.
Very
This
nice.
was really interesting.
I think we have the
But
bottom
basically,
attached,
it's
not
just this
centered.
pattern.
Yeah.
And if you did it the right way, you wouldn't have to screw around like I did.
Right. Yeah, but
Because
still.
that one is, you see how you have a little, the
It has a
bottom.
base on it.
Well,
but
that
not-
one is just flat.
One
Don't
does,
put the
one
base.
doesn't.
I just, the
You
base
just
is there, I
smoothed
just
it
kind of,
out.
yeah.
Oh,
I just smoothed it out. You can do that on this one
On the
too.
other one, you didn't even do a base, did you?
What glaze did you use on the other ones?
This one, all,
what-
yeah, there's a base there.
Oh, okay.
There has to be a bottom.
Yeah, but I meant it flares out more on
Yeah, this one flares out more.
What kind of
but
glaze is that black and white?
Boba and Temaku. Temaku and then Boba.
Is the clay
Thanks,
porcelain?
Is it what?
Is it porcelain?
Coarse one?
Porcelain
Porcelain.
plate.
Oh, no, it's WSO.
Oh.
Wait a minute. it's
Did you put crackle on
Tamiflu
it?
You did?
No, it just was
And
the way it
Boba.
reacted. This is
And
that,
Boba.
this is the, special fire that we did. the
Oh, the oxidation.
The oxidation fire, so I don't know, I haven't done it in reduction,
Wow.
the reduction fire yet.
I like the bovine
I'm gonna do, I
oxidation.
might try
Yeah.
exactly the same combination and do it in the reduction and see what it's like. See, then we'll have a difference. Then we can see
It'll
what-
be lighter browner in reduction. Temaku is.
But I wonder if it'll do
do
this.
that.
I
That's
really
Yeah,
like that
that's what,
leopard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
boba first and then tamaku, or tamaku first.
Temaku for Boba all on the inside.
Uh-huh.
Then Temaku to about midpoint, and then Boba like that.
So the Temaku is over the bovine, that's how you got
No.
that.
Boba's
Boba's
over
over
the
the
I mean, the
Temaku.
yeah.
The Boba's over the
Beautiful.
Temaku.
Temaku's the white one, Boba's the brown.
Yeah. No, Boba's the white one. Temaku's
Boba's the
brown.
white
It looks so different in oxidation.
Beautiful,
Forget that.
right?
I like
Yeah.
it.
Well done.
I love it. Are you done?